Hey, what's up? If you're an artist in this genre, I am willing to bet money on the fact that you are using way more gain than you actually need. Really, a lot of people overdo it and it destroys their tone. I'm going to talk a little bit about your tone. I'm going to talk a little bit about the technique to get a good tone. But before that, I'm going to play you guys a little demo that I wrote that I actually really enjoy. So here you go. Alright, I tried to write the happiest and most upbeat riff I could. I think I succeeded at that. But yeah, about your tone. This is modern metalcore we're talking about. If you're talking about doom metal, you're talking about thrash, it's obviously going to be a lot different. Your tone's going to be completely different. You're going to be going for a different sound. This is for that periphery kind of stuff. The stuff that uses big chords and a lot of octave jumps in the guitar playing. Stuff like that. So I'm going to keep it short and simple. For your gain, you really want to turn it back until when you pick lightly, it doesn't distort too much. It'd help if I was in tune. This is actually a little more gain than I normally use, but I'm going to leave it here just for the sake of the video because a lot of people will probably take a higher liking to this rather than some lower gain stuff. With modern metalcore, there's a lot of jumpy riffs and a lot of riffs that have little tiny things that really make the riff complete. So when you start to lose that due to too high gain, some notes get lost, a lot of your starts and stops become oversaturated and kind of a little messy. You lose a lot of what makes modern metalcore so good in the guitar aspect of it. And luckily for us, modern metalcore uses a lot of big chords, and if you've dealt with gain at all, you know that chords kind of distort themselves. All the intervals between these notes will cause the distortion to kick just a little bit more. So when you're writing in a genre that uses a lot of these big chords most of the time, it's very easy to dial your gain way back and still get away with it. I could turn my gain way down right now and those chords would still distort. You want to find a middle ground that's low enough where those chords are still very clear, but you can also get distortion on single notes, because single notes are what really makes it hard to get the right distortion. Like I said, a chord will distort itself pretty much, but those single notes are what you're really going to see. So just bring your gain up enough to where those start to break up. Not completely saturated, they just break up a bit. That's a little bit about your actual amp itself. What's more important than that is your picking style. Lowering your gain will suck out all of your distortion if you don't do something to compensate. When you have higher gain, you usually pick a little softer just because the notes are already distorting themselves. But when you lower your gain, you really have to dig in. Don't be afraid to really beat your guitar up. At the end of the day, all of the major guys in this genre will tell you the exact same thing. All of them, if you ask them how they pick, they'll say they pick really hard and really aggressive. That's one of the few things that defines metalcore guitar players. All of them pick really damn hard. All of them write riffs that are super big and super wide. And there's a reason those guys are so successful and we love their guitar playing so much. It's because their technique is phenomenal. So really, I can't stress enough how important it is for you to just pick really hard. It's really that simple. Just pick really hard to compensate for lowering your gain. It'll create a much more natural sounding distortion and it'll very much improve how your notes ring out. It gets really overlooked and it really bugs me because it is so important. People play way too light and crank their gain up and wonder why their notes don't sound punchy and why they lose so much attack. 90% of your attack comes from your pick itself. The amp only raises that attack, but if there's no attack to begin with, the amp can't bring it up. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. Just turn your gain down, but pick really hard to compensate for the lower gain. Oh yeah, also use fresh strings. For anyone wondering, this is my Jackson Pro Series HT6, the made in Indonesia one, not the $3,000 USA one. That'd be cool, but I don't have one of those. And this is going straight into my interface and right into my computer that's running a Nolix Crunchman right now. And this is completely free, by the way. I really like the sound of this amp. It really lets you dial in that sweet spot where it breaks up naturally if you pick hard. So yeah, that's really it. Not too much to say. It's really simple. You just can't overlook it. So yeah, turn your gain down, pick really hard to compensate, and your tone will increase tenfold. Guarantee it. So yeah, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching and stopping by. Follow me on Instagram, link in the description. That's where I do most of my stuff. And I'll see you guys soon. See ya.